Dear God, why you never wanna pick my call? I was in the dark and I got flogged. Keeping on my rules, all been alone. The life is a case, but you never come through. Hey, you nigga.
The wait is over. The first ever virtual policy launch, the New Force movement, is taking the first step towards transforming Ghana by launching the 12 Pillars of Economic Freedom, a visionary roadmap to prosperity, opportunity, and a brighter future for all. Watch the launch on Sunday, 1st September 2024 at 7:30 p.m. New Force Movement. Enidaswaba.
I am kwame bediako, and I endorse this message.
Shaped by the hands of an entrepreneur who dared to imagine a better world, a visionary who saw beyond the horizon, an industrialist who built bridges where there were none, and a nation builder who is a beacon of hope for his people. Now the moment of truth has arrived. The time has come for this leader to step forward and address us all, to share the wisdom gained through hard work, the insights carved from experience, and the vision that will guide us into tomorrow. We stand on the threshold of a new era, ready to be inspired, ready to be led, and ready to build the future together. Let he who has ears listen.
Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a historic event, the first ever virtual policy launch. And it's my pleasure to introduce to you the visionary leader of the New Force movement. Let's welcome Nana Kwame Bediako.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you very much, Ghana. I would first like to start with a statement. In every generation, There comes a moment when a collective vision, driven by courage and determination, has the power to shape the future for millions. Today, we stand at such a moment. The challenges we face in Ghana and across Africa are significant, but they are not insurmountable. Our country is rich with untapped potential, brimming with natural resources, cultural heritage, and most importantly, the indomitable spirit of our people. Our greatest asset lies not just in the abundance of our natural resources, but in our ability to self industrialize, the economic revolution that promises immediate balance and widespread class prosperity. This is no small task. It is a challenge that has eluded many before me, often deemed unsolvable. Yet, in this moment, we face an undeniable decision that must be met with courage and wisdom. Talking is no longer an option. Action is imperative, and it must be swift. In a country where the thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy, we stand resolute with a higher purpose to build our nation and restore our rightful heritage. This policy is not just a vision, it is a call to action. A blueprint for a future where Africa claims its place on the global stage, not as a continent rich in untapped potential, but as a beacon of prosperity and progress. Let us embrace this challenge with the urgency it demands, for the time to act is now. Thank you. So I would like to start. Maybe I should go to the screen. And I would like to start with, as you see right now, you can see that there is an organogram with me beside it. In the middle of that organogram, you can see the apostolic governance, the 12 ministries. The 12 ministries will be responsible and accountable for these 12 pillars. We start this policy presentation, which is a developmental agenda, with pillar 1, the 16th regional industrial revolution. Well, as we already know, there are 15 dormant regions and one region that is choked. But we're about to revive the 15 and bridge it with the 1. I'd like to start with a video. So we can play the first video, which is the 16th Industrial Revolution. Now let's go into this. The SNIT revolution is solving 3 major needs, but I also call it major problems of Ghanaians, and that's health, education, and accommodation. Currently, contributors of SNIT have to pay and wait up to 40 years to pension before they be qualified for their claims. Some will die halfway and it will not even be given to their children. Some will never even see this. But we have changed it. As from now, we would say that our policy would be turning the SNIT into a nation's insurance fund. This insurance fund is interesting, and I'd like to take you through it. Ghanaians will now be eligible to claim for their health, education, and accommodation. How so? Because in the next 5 years, you can claim your SNIT back. You can claim it in cash or you can invest it in insurance. If you invest it in insurance and then you have one of the major problems or the needs in Ghana, which is either I've lost my job and I don't have somewhere to stay, that your 5,000 or 10,000 savings in SNIT can become times 10 to get you home. An accommodation, somewhere to stay. You can put in the claim. You can put in the claim when you have a major health issue, like how you go to hospitals and the people die first because maybe they don't have the cash first. This policy is cure me first, bill me later. You can go to the insurance funds. We're not going to let people in the country be homeless and fall out on the street because they have no jobs. Your SNIT fund is supposed to be able to become the insurer that will get you that home. And this is what is going to happen. Once we do all of this, we're going to create a fund. This fund will guarantee payments for investors. So I'm a developer. I will be interested if I know that 100,000 Ghanaians will rent homes from me, as long as there is a claim and guarantee payment. So it makes sense for me to put a feasibility study together for whatever investment partners and do that development, because it turns around. It's also going to attract, investors in the hospital area. It's going to attract even educational facilities. It will bring all of that together. I know that this SNIT revolution might be stepping on some conditions that already exist, but sometimes we need to change our clothes when they're too old or when it's dirty. We just need to move on. It's another day. And so let's change it and let's move on.
We are for the New Force Movement founder and leader, Nana Kwame Bediako, Chada, Endra, and I want to the manifesto about two, a dra and a journal. Na said the Meshem boss, Mikuti Abechiri Monosa, na me yemin. Na Nitofa Bomo and say, watch us. Abahoro abetra Ghana konwaso no sane wo Bible mo no o se omo de omo eye awifo na omo bai ebe wiai ebe kumi ebe se no na ono no de waba na waba se oba ba be ye system agents na wa Ghana no what the industries ebe fa ni nyinam what the industry ebe fam enti the wire say a system regional industrial revolution and for the Juma be pitting in na wire investment what the dotre ashim na the faswa free region be aba wa hwe ensase a war Ghana had monwa na je say a kwachiri over 13 million hectares ya ebitam ye pa na agudi agumu asase wo mu ni nyanso ya arabo na chese odi bibie yeyi na wakani na abomu a ebe se 10-year development plan na wade ba no na e wo se Ghana asase ni mu agudi an investment ya ye mu ni sika dia abre wo man no e wo se etimi dru 4.7 trillion US dollars. That is a juma de bubrija won fie dunu ntem no e wo se etimi de enyuma 8 million ena eba enye se enyuma no fen ho papa enti na eno so ebi eno no wasi we are determined to bring out every region's wealth timantam bia sika wo se efiri mu ba no ne nyina no omampani Nana Kwame Bediako Chada wobehwe amano atimi abem afi the friend say royalties enipa ɛwɔ so obiara tim didi na adwene ho adwene Nyankopɔn bɔ tu ye tiri mu no de wodi wa adwene no ye no ɛwɔ se sika firi mu ba na didi ho nti royalties no ɔbɛhwɛ na what the difference say Publishing Act ɔman no agye atom na content creators de obi aye bia no me ka me ye say ka medidi ho se atam na kwa me bediako na te so a anka me yesika ni pa anu wade beba afei wɔkyerɛ mu a ebinum se na 24-hour economy ene kwesi de mfa so be na wo so see only machines can work 24 hours. Now the nipa yefidi nipa yedade. And the 24 hours am nipa say fire juma. And na no obusa say enti emakola ma kajetia ma kantamanto ma okashi mana de ade. Na obi etwigara na 24 hour hwinim ye efen keke. Ti woni de ande adwuma na adwuma kakra wo ye no de bibi nso ebu dure ba be hye botom. What is your friend say apostolic governance? We say you should for no me edumienu. Enti ministers na wode wamo ebobu ne ma no edumienu pe. Dr. Bawumia so no wode 50, JDM so wode 60. One of those kra dodo, one wode 12 apostles. And so wabeki kabum na djuma odom bobo no. Wan kasa obobo wonsem na wamo ama ne saa 12 pillars no a ede Ghana ebekọ yedie mu no. Na wade no eto nchenso so a waka bibi wase talking is no longer an option. Action is imperative and it must be swift. Ne kasa bebrebe ne kasa tententen na tebe ne debi na ban mu de ni sa kasa tenten bia ene ho na epena ho na empena rebi pa na yeku anim action enwuma na ekire na emum enye kasa bebrebe. Afe wasan ekire mu nso a System Regional Industrial no eno mede aba wase asese Ghana ha no Accra is Ghana, Ghana is Accra amanta mu dunu mu na aka no ma de da ena gudie gu from sa se papa na da bi ni nyina obe kan nyina bom na wode ama mfaso aba mantam bia mu nti wo ba bia wote no nyasa chenchina se oba nkra na obe pepa bia de da bia ho anu akasa ka industry so ho sikata ho na manfo gum na obi a eye adwuma no ebe afọ be say wodi railway ketechi network wodi ebe twem be say 8,000 kilometers na se wonim ba bia ketechi 8,000 kilometers ya na se afa Ghana ho akra atra nti eno ansa goods and services basa shim et say abrochire pepepe na wadane Ghana technology hub on say technology no bia so baby je makane de ala ke bi Dr. Bawumia kra de no kwa na nukra ne main pillar kra digitalization abranti HSO no so onye say ne nam one day hub oba just say Africa had mono nda ope bia na yi no ne pono etimpa Ghana and what the best technology hub no afi wabayer Ghana had the National Sovereign Wealth Fund and the Ghana had IMF for what eko bebe IMF yanko pesika $3 billion no yebubu no tot na di mfie be kodu ho mfie num mfie nsia ko no ngotwe ansana IMF what me ama Ghana for $3 billion da benda $3 billion kra no Ghana yedwie ya wosi etimi nyam ha fufu kra enti yenko ne nam emfa kra wansi ensem enko sesem bedi bia etahaya government will be the leanest and most efficient in the history of African politics. A people na near a Canada 12 apostles na ministers edumi enu ebi kura sida Africa country be na become a yetimi de ministers 12 etimi che chiro maaje Ghana na eno so ebodwuma pa obesi 16 multifunctional sports academies said abrochiro mo ye no okwa ho academy obi a team bia na academy ya mo dia ya kona ye free akwa gya ide to ye so da ye kohwe bia obi a join abrochiro team no obi ye ne Ghana ha ya system region bia e banya ne dia team kwada na sa na Cristiano Ronaldo no ne Messi no ne Mbappe no wo mo agu hasi ya atam na o ma ye akoji billions e de aba afei we will print our own currency yenya betwa isika nya fe no bi na betwa isika mayen ye betwa ya de e wo ha ya na bibia nso aka omem ha ya afei obema na yakono na best 1 million Africans esikafo be 1 million edum sika abehye Africa ha abehye Ghana ha investment watam ene dangote no de aba we no de aba wo membia yi minutes omunyina sikafo nyina wo bia pe bia ne konde so ko investment ya Ghana this kan ta hasepo na ye zukra ye export nyese de bia ne ye be import de brebe etebusafo papa no na ni abre papa ye nya semketwa afi snit emu be ye de so snit ya wo ye adwuma na wo ye no edu ho ma na afi no bi koba kokra wo sim pe de berkra no snit kra no pensioners no ni sika no kra kakra be ba no no odi kan wu kra wie ntie de kan wu na pension ba besi wachi eno so mfi aduanan no ho na wo fia no na won sentiment kan ye de hwehwehwe na che say ye de ye investment no na asoma aka nyina wo se nya no dwa wa ya research wa tam so wo sika nti wa tam sika no bi de ya research the research no emua resource we pie mo no na che say wo gina so a wo de nsebo se nyina so ba forgive me water transportation anano akaka so de pobeko kumasna nkofo osre wo se ya small thing so transport sika railways nam ha wiemshan nam soro na ensuo so baby a ye fi atetim na kanu de daso no enye na wabrechire ni nyina ode bi be ba ha na afi sub regional railway no so aka ho asem reserves ye benye sika ne bi kwa tachire sepo environmental human rights protection ye bobo man for media some trafo ne enyu de obonuma ho ban security bibia bi wom bi entebusua the tofa bomwani ni nyina ne sei mantam bia be ye e be produce billionaires o Ghana here one way bia wonim ye tinye se bia no dwa no odwa enti enfense ha na wo wasem bia comment section ha se na wosi hu cheda na asem yi na odi aba na wama onyonko so atie de okan be why see you later.
No still nana wonu se e wo cheda na sise ye musa nyame ya dom na se Ghana fo nya ne mudidie ni ahotoso anya awresiemu na Ghana fo to abama no a reserves no eni je samba ko wo mu ni se domestically yanya ya nkwa aburuchire ahaya ye betwe sika Nana, what is
and anya possible ana?
No. Nana, listen. Nana. Baby ane ha.
Na ebetumi anya mfidi ebetumi
We can do that. We can do that.
Yanya republic. Yanya independent nation.
Freedom and justice.
Bank of Ghana for. Ebebu akunta akire wa. Sikana ye printing.
Yanko biem. Nana papers yes, parliament. Parliament be jatum. People say the printers ke o koni makrata.
Cheda nana kwame bediako e kronfo. O hwehwe na mo na ono ane cheda. Cheda kronya ni sika free sa questions we na da bia na ebusi em. Nsem say ni eka. Cheda backing kind manifesto na me busa me say, "Eh, to obi a ye ka no nsem say no idea say." John Dramani Mahama Claude TV echi no. Meje de so twire bibi. Ba o mi anso tena TV echi no nso twire bibi abla na cheda ka na manifesto no. Obi oso ye NDC ye ndo beto aba ma NDC. Obi oye MPP so ye ndo beto MP ba ma MPP. Say no tie manifesto a cheda kan na. Obi say ansem na young guy ne kan bibi wo. NDC mpanyufo ne MPP mpanyufo mu nyina hu say cheda manifesto do be bie Ghana fo ani. Omo mu buta se ye kofesika won yin na kofesika na cheda obo akufo ado klaba o kan de echi say no nya no kule. Sika wo ma we. Di aka ni se benya good leader. Ena ni ade aka. Send usika fa Afrex app. Manti asuin so wo UK. US, Canada, Italy, Holland, Spain. Any Europe country, Biana will send this Sikaba, Ghana, Nigeria, Ethiopia, Kenya. Making sure so we use Afrix app. Afrix app have the best rate in the system. And it is so use referral code Shako. Now the sign up. You amount $20, 20 euros, 20 pounds one-time bonus or first transaction. Abra was sending from $50, $100, $150 about Ghana. Abra si won't be any.
The leader of the new force, Nana Kwame Bediako, popularly known as Cheddar, had his luncheon yesterday, and according to him, he stated some policies he would implement when he's voted into power. He mentioned that he's going to create 8 million jobs over 10 years. And then he said that he's going to invest more into mineral sectors, the industry sectors, the factories, and the agriculture sector. Well, the question is, do you think he can be able to achieve all of these things when he's voted into power, or he's one of these people who is just going to play with our mind? Well, share your thoughts with me in the comment section.
This life is all about time. When my time comes, no one can stop me. One thing I love about myself is that I encourage myself. I motivate myself. I believe in myself, and I know God won't fail me.